Hi guys, it's Nicole and Albert here from Relax My Dog. We're here every week answering all of your doggy related questions. This week we're going to be covering how to keep your pet safe around your Christmas decorations, specifically your Christmas tree. Now it's the time of year that we always put them up, but how do you keep your dog safe when there's so many things that will tempt him to play with it? Last year Albert got caught up in the Christmas tree and it freaked him out a little bit, so hopefully this year he'll stay away from it. But here are our top tips anyway. Now our first tip is to always place your Christmas tree in a corner and try and keep it away from your pets anyway. Now this is really important because the last thing that you need is for the Christmas tree to fall on your dog. Now some of the tips that you can use is to use aluminium foil around the bottom of your Christmas tree. This is just going to make noise so that if your pet does approach it, you can be warned of an impending tree disaster. Now we pretty much always use tinsel on our trees and it adds a really nice sparkling touch, but it's really important to try and keep this out of your pet's reach. So maybe just put the tinsel on the top of the tree. Now this is the same with baubles and other decorations. The last thing that you want is for your dog to start pulling on these and bringing the tree down on himself. And similarly, if he starts swallowing it or chewing on it, it can actually cause blockages in his intestines, so it's really important to keep it away from him. Now number 3 is to put the lights, again, keep the lights to the top of the tree out of your pet's reach. Not only are these choking hazards for your pets, but also if he chews on any of the wires, then it could be an even worse outcome. Now another thing with the baubles and Christmas decorations that you can find is that if any of them smash, then this can cause injury to your pet's paws, and if he swallows them, again, this can cause blockages in his intestines, so it's really important to keep these out of the way of your pooch. Now, for those of you that are buying live Christmas trees, it's really important to make sure that you keep the area clear of any pine needles that do fall off. Not only can these puncture your pet's paws, they can also puncture the intestines if they are swallowed. We do always recommend just getting an artificial tree just for this reason. Now, I remember when I was a child and we always had edible chocolate tree decorations. Obviously, we all know that chocolate is poisonous to dogs, so these need to be kept well out of reach of your dog. It's probably better to just not have them hanging on your tree, because if they can smell that there's food on the tree, then this is going to make them want to jump up at the tree and pull it down, and again, this can cause them to be squashed by the Christmas tree, and that's the last thing that we want, isn't it, Albert? So that's the Christmas tree covered, but there are a few other tips that we've got for keeping your pet safe in the holiday period as well. For example, did you know that holly and mistletoe are poisonous to dogs? So if you are thinking of keeping these in a wreath or in bunches around your house, you need to make sure that these are well out of reach of your dogs, because these could make them really, really poorly. Now, when I think of Christmas, I always think of beautiful burning candles. But of course, if a tail gets in the way, then this could be a real risk to your dog. It's always better to have these on really high shelves where there's no chance that your dog is going to get anywhere near it. Similarly, if you've got an open fireplace, like I would love to have, but unfortunately don't, but if you do, you need to make sure that there's a good screen in front of that just to avoid any burning. Now, to prevent any accidental electrocutions, we do recommend to tape all of the electrical wires for any of the lights that you have inside or outside of your house to the walls, and this would just stop them just lying around and being a tempting chew toy for your dog. And lastly, the dreaded Christmas wrapping. Now, unfortunately, all of the things that we use for Christmas wrapping, the paper, the ribbons, anything like this, a dog will just see these as toys, but they can cause blockages in the intestines, again, so you don't want your dog to be chewing any of these, so it's always best to keep your dog away when you're doing any of your Christmas wrapping, and making sure that as your children are opening their presents on Christmas Day, you're clearing up as you go along and making sure that your dog isn't trying to rip up any of these the leftover wrapping paper. Okay, so that's it for this week's Christmas dog vlog. Next week, we're going to be talking about the different foods that are and aren't safe for your dog to eat at Christmas. So we're going to be going through the different meats that you can give them and what your dog should have on his plate at Christmas dinner, and also what he definitely shouldn't, what's poisonous for dogs. We really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give us a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, then please do. But that's it from us for now, so we'll see you again next week. Bye! Say bye, Albie.